All right, I'm just messing around, doing my thing in my shop, in my itty bitty shop. It's this glorified shed here. How many of you used to play with glue when you were in school during art class and stuff and get it all over your fingers? You put it on it just so you could peel it off. I'm a big kid. But anyways, I just figured I'd do a live real quick. It's Saturday evening. I don't know, it's not quite dark outside yet. And I'm doing kind of my thing that I know I've shared on the channel, that I have a booth at an antique mall and I do cutting boards and serving trays and all kinds of woodwork and stuff like that. And I don't really feature a lot of it on the channel. And people have asked me, well, why don't you take the woods, the trees out of the woods and you make your own products with it and everything. Why don't you showcase that? Well, there's two reasons. One, there must be a million people on YouTube that show you how to build cutting boards and charcuterie boards and all that. So you don't need another one to show you how to make a cutting board. And second of all, this is kind of like my time, I guess you could say. It's the time that in my life that I come and do stuff in the shop, and it's peaceful and quiet, and I just kind of want to be a me thing, I kind of do it as private. I like working with my hands. I like building stuff. Oftentimes it's my time to reflect and stuff on life and things I'm doing. I think about things I want to do, my dreams and hopes, and if there's anything going on. It's just my time to reflect about my family. We got 5 kids, and 5 kids, there's always something going on, It's not always good, it's not always bad. But, life can get hard at times, and when you have that many kids and many things as we do, it's just simple, Things are up and down and stuff like that. And 6 kids means 6 more families with drama. And it can be quite interesting. So this is kind of like my time to do my thing and reflect, and I don't know, just think about things, make decisions, think about the things I want to do, and if I'm doing things right or if there's a problem, it gives me time to pray, and and just kind of get, do my thing. So anyways, I know a lot of you have asked. I make a lot of cutting boards like this. This would be more like it's like 20, be almost like 24 inches. So it'll be more like what I call the cut. It's a food prep ready, done with food safe oils, but it also has handles on it. So it's kind of like a serving tray / charcuterie board, cutting board. You can prepare your meal on it or whatever you're doing for a party. But it has the handles, and you can just take it straight in there and use it. So I do all kinds of different things. This one right here is cherry and walnut. That's probably my favorite combination, is cherry and walnut. I got maple. This is for a really thick one. It's got the ambrosia, so it'll have the little holes in it, which is kind of a pain because I got to fill them all. If I can find a side that goes up, because this will be like more a serving tray type thing, and with the handles on it, it kind of makes you only use one side. So it's pretty, and I like it. Then I have this right here. This is swamp oak or chestnut oak. That's real pretty. You put that beside a walnut. That's a good looking combination there. Imagine that all fixed up. So that's probably one of my most popular ones, is the chestnut oak or red oak. See, I thought I had some cherry here. I got some cherry here. So, and I like to use the side grain of the cherry, not the face grain. I think it looks better. It's more defined, and the side grain holds up better as far as cutting boards go. So, you know, you can do all kinds of weird combinations. I just sit here and play with it. Since walnut's a little harder to come by, and it doesn't have a lot of it, a lot of times I use like maybe one walnut in the middle or something like that, or I'll cut some smaller ones up and flank them. You know, like I got one walnut here. I don't have any skinny ones here, but I put two smaller walnuts on each side. And sometimes like this one right here, this one's got a really fancy knot in it, a lot of curves in it. See how the swerve in it? If you can see it or not. So this will be a nice wide piece in the center. Every once in a while I'll take, if I find one that's got a little kind of a fancy knot, as long as it's really tight, I'll use that in the middle of a you know, a cutting board or something like that, and maybe, you know, put you know, some chestnut oak on each side of it or something like that, because this has got a lot of look. If you use the side grain, you see that kind of like ray fleck and stuff like that. That's really pretty. Like I say, the side grain is better than the face grain as far as cutting boards go. It's more stable and it tends to hold up better. So like in this case right here, you know, I got kind of it needs to be sanded, but it's got a fancy knot and little curves in it. So I may keep a piece like that, keep a wide piece in it. But traditionally, you don't want really wide pieces in your cutting boards and serving trays, because, you know, lumber, I try to tell people, wood is always moving. It may not move a lot, but it's always kind of shifting and moving around. And if you have these really wide pieces in your cutting boards and stuff like that, you're going to get, it's going to move. It's going to kind of change. And, you know, your customers won't be happy. If they understand wood, they'll understand that. You know, I use little feet underneath mine. And some people know, hey, you know, sometimes certain times of the season it'll lay flat. Other times, if it's really humid, it may move and may not. Some people just take little tissues. If it's a setting, they'll just take and do that, or they won't worry about it. So that's kind of like my thing. There's a little piece of cherry. So, you know, it's a little, you see the little swerves in it. I don't know if you can see the swerves in it or not. But that's a good color too. Or even to put that in between here like that, if you want to kind of break the color up, give it a light piece. So that's the fun thing about cutting boards and stuff like that. Pretty much do anything you want to do. You just kind of piece stuff together however you think it looks attractive to you or other people, and then you just roll with it. So it's pretty fun. But that's what I do on the side. And like I say, I don't do a lot on my channel with it, because it's just you know, there's 50,000 people out there doing cut boards and juice serving trays and all that, and I don't need another person to tell them how to do the same thing everybody else has told them how to do. So that's why I don't show a lot of it on the channel. If I'm using a product and I'm trying to showcase a product, like I got a whole bunch of these cookies, I'm getting ready to do this soon. Y'all might enjoy this. This is black locust, and I got 2 5-gallon buckets of these I made. They're almost like they're around 20% or so. So I better use the wood juice. So I'm going to do that next week. I'm supposed to warm up a little bit. So I've got 2 5-gallon buckets of these, and I've got a whole bunch of walnut cookies about the same, little bigger than these. So we're going to be treating those and soaking those with the wood juice. We'll see how those come out. So, and we also need to go back and visit the giant cherry cookies that I made. Let me get one out real quick. Just hang tight. Let me grab it for you. These are some cookies that we treated. We treated this one with the penacryl, and I mean, it hasn't cracked at all. It hasn't done anything. And I can't even remember let me grab a meter here real quick. let's see where it's got down to. This one was done with the Prenacryl, and then I've got some that are like almost 2 inches thick, and there's not a crack in any of them. And it stays here behind the stairs. It's covered up, so you know I keep the heat like 49 to 50 degrees, just enough so it doesn't freeze in here, and my glue will do good. Let's see what this is set at. All right, let's get the right thing. All right, let's see where we're at. So we're down to 11.1%, and I brought these in November. I think it was at the middle of November, and we did the Preservation Solutions sent me all those products to test out. Well, this is one of the ones that we did in the Prenacryl, which is for really wet wood. So, I mean, there you go. A month and a half later, there ain't a check in this thing anywhere. And it's down to 11%. So, and it's only, you know, it's only like an inch thick. So, it's going to take a little longer, but heck, 2 months, 11%, shoot. These things, by March, these things will be ready. They'll make some beautiful, and just imagine this is a smaller one. Some of the other ones are, you know, they're 2 inches bigger in diameter, and they're probably 2 1/4 or something like that. They'll be around 2 inches by the time they're dry. So, I mean, that's awesome. So, Kim, if you're watching this from Preservation Solutions, so far, the cherry cookies are doing awesome. I really like them. We're going to put this back real quick. Whoa, knock everything over. Like I said, I'm in my glorified shed here, and it's not enough room to do everything I need to do. At the big shop up there, it cost me a fortune to heat that thing. So when I'm just doing these little cutting boards and stuff like that, even though I'm bumping into things and it's not that big, it's nice and tidy. 30,000 BTU heater. I mean, I can keep it 80 degrees in here if I want to. It's like 21 outside, and it's 49 in here, and that's my choice. I don't have it turned up. So I like it a little cooler. So this, as long as the stuff can dry, and I'll turn it up before I head out for about 2 hours or so. Then I'll come back out later and turn it down. As long as you keep it around 50 degrees or so, that's plenty to dry. So anyway, that's kind of like one of these. This is like 2 foot. So it's like a 2 foot board. It's 1 1/4 inches thick. So it'll be like a serving / cutting board when it's done. So I'll probably make like 5 or 6 of these tonight, and let it be. I still got to work on this daggone thing. Check that thing out. That thing, this thing, it's going to be really pretty. It's down to about 11%, but I was filling in this other side the other day, and I didn't have the tape on there all the way. This is pretty decent. But apparently I didn't have the tape all the way tight, so it came through. So it's going to take a little sanding to get that back down, but I pre-treated it with the Danish oil. So Danish oil can be like a primer, or, you know, it's good to seal it. But I've got some more. I got more epoxy coming. I ran out, so I didn't plan on it taking that much. I didn't have a lot left. I figured it'd be enough. But when it blew through here, it got too low in here. But I know it's sealed up now, and I did put a dye in it. You can see it's like a red. So I think it'll make a nice little end table. I mean, that's got a lot of feature in it. Make a little end table. I got legs coming too. I got a bunch of different legs. I have some stumps, some like cedar stumps and some locust stumps out there that are, you know, this big around. They got really crazy bottoms. I probably could get it mounted on something on the sawmill and make a nice flat cut. Then make a nice base for it. But this is a little small. That's a little small to put on a stump. Just 3 of those little, you know, 2-leg metal round legs you screw onto the bottom. You know, put one here, and one over here on the bottom. Now, the question is, for all my viewers, do we put this side up, or do we put this side up? which side should go up for people to see. That's always the pain, because some people like seeing a lot of the bark like this, and some people don't. So leave in the comments, tell me which way you think it should go. I don't really know. I don't think I really care. It's just a fun project for me. I'll probably bring it over to the booth and sell it. But I don't know, I just have fun doing crazy stuff like this. You know, I got the table over here going on. The bench is coming out really nice. I got a whole bunch of this rosewood. I was going to turn it, but it all cracked, all the pieces. It just, stuff is so unstable. That's real rosewood. I had 2 trees. I got more of it, but it's horrible to turn. It's very pretty, but it chips real bad. It'll gouge and it splits, and I don't know. Not going to mess with it. But anyways, I'm going to get back to baking. I got 5 more of these to make, and then I'm in for the evening. But thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments about that little cherry burl. That was like that cherry burl, that little thin piece was like the outside layer. I took 2 cuts off the main trunk, and I have the main trunks over there, and they still have some design on them. Not as much as that. They're more solid, but they'll finish really nice. So they'll make nice tables. I got some 28-inch legs with metal legs coming for those. Those are really cool. I'll show you in another video when we get ready to do them. They got to dry a little more. Probably the beginning of March. I'd say the beginning of March. We'll be doing some of the cookies. Those big, one's 4 foot and one is 5 foot. Those are going to make really cool, like, I don't know, like, you know, they're this big around, they're long, they got the big round where the burl was on them. So I guess they'd just be like a wall table or something like that. You know, you set up and put decorations on or whatever. So I'll have 2 of those. I do have 5 more burl sections. Some of them are like, they got a little bit of rod on the inside, so I'm going to gouge them out. And I'm thinking about getting like different walnuts, different or pine cones, and put it in there, and then you know, do the epoxy over it so you can see them in it. So I don't know. It's just an idea. So, and I'm also trying the wide view lens. So on the wide view lens, I can't tell in here, you know, cell phones are a pain, and you can only do lives with a cell phone, at least as far as I know. You know, I haven't figured out how to hook the GoPro to it yet. I'm not that sophisticated. But anyways, let me know if this has kind of got a view, you know, the view's a little wider. I got one of those little clip-on lenses on it. So hopefully that clip-on lens will kind of give you guys a little more of a panoramic or wider view. You know, like I say, but just because I'm seeing it here doesn't mean that it's actually, you know, wider, you know, or maybe it is. I don't know. So anyways, the saga continues, but that's why I don't show a lot of the cutting boards and stuff. And I mean, I do. Last month, just to tell you, last month alone, we did $3,500 at our booth. Okay, I brought in over 1,000 different cutting boards, serving trays, you name it. I was bringing in 15 to 20, 2 or 3 times a week and on the weekends. And I'm tired. I'll be honest with you, I'm tired, man. That's a lot of work. And then I go do my day thing, you know. So I like the money. Oh, who doesn't like the money? You know, economy sucks like crazy right now. So I'm thrilled that I'm selling that much with the economy the way it is. People are really showing me love, and I really appreciate it. But I'm keeping the prices reasonable. You know, I'm selling them for like $30, $32. You go everywhere else, this crap is like $60, $50 for these cutting boards. And I can do it. It's my lumber, and I milled it. You know, so it's not like I got to go out here and buy lumber to build this stuff with. Even though I did spend the time and money, fuel, the maintenance on the machine, you know, and all that. But I would do that anyways, and I sell a lot of it anyway. So this is a hobby that's turned into a second gig that's actually turned out to be pretty fun and pretty lucrative too. And hopefully I'll have a second location in our main city. Here it's called Fredericksburg, Virginia, or even Richmond, but I don't want to drive to Richmond bringing stuff. It's like an hour or something away to fill a booth. But if I get one in Fredericksburg or Stafford, I think the sales up there will even be better than they are down here, even though 301 travels through southern Maryland and through King George, and that's a major 4-lane corridor. So that's just a lot of traffic. I mean, you know, and I've even had some of my friends and some of the senators and stuff, a couple of them are neighbors, and I've known them before they were senators, either in Virginia or up in D.C., and they're good people. And they've even stopped and bought stuff from me. So you know who you are. I appreciate you. But anyways, people really show love when it comes to this stuff, and I really appreciate it. So anyways, I guess that's going to be the end of that. So I keep saying that. It's going to be the end, and I talk some more because I could talk. I'm a talker. So anyways, that's kind of like you guys see it. I mention it. I show you pictures of the shorts of the booth and everything. And you're like, why don't you show how to do that? Well, good Lord. I mean, how many videos can you really watch on YouTube of people making cutting boards and serving trays? You know, there's only so many types of lumber and only so many ways you can arrange it. And it's a personal thing. I make stuff of all kinds of crazy stuff. And I take live edge stuff. I don't care. If it's a piece of wood and I can put a shine to it and I can make something out of it, put a handle on it. If you want to buy it and it makes you happy, that's great. It's fantastic. So that's why I'm doing it. I mean, I like the money. Who doesn't like money? But I really do enjoy doing this. You know, like I said, let me show you something here. Now, I don't know. I got to dust my dad off here. This is a little settled metal here. I got to dust him off every once in a while. But he's my angel right now. He's looking after me. But I'm going to show you a picture of my pops. We lost him in '09. And this is my best friend in the whole world, is my dad. And he suffered through mental illness and a lot of things. And Lord answered my prayer. He was able to pass away and be at home and not in a hospital. But you tell me, do I look like my dad? My sister tells me, oh my God, she comes over, she goes, oh my God, you're dad. You're dad. I'm like, yeah, I'm dad. That's my pops. I miss him dearly. Great sense of humor. Funny. I don't care whether I was right or wrong. My dad had my back no matter what. He encouraged me, even through his mental illness and everything, to just do what you love. And whatever you do it with your full heart. You do it with your full effort. Whether it comes out perfect or it fails or whatever, just do it with the passion and the love that you have, and enjoy it and do it. And that's what really matters, is what you're getting out of it. I mean, so many people show me love and they make comments. They'll take pictures of my stuff. They'll buy my cutting boards and go on our local community and take pictures with what I made, tell me how beautiful it is. Now, you tell me, as a person, how much that would make you feel, how proud that would make you feel to yourself, and how much you appreciate that. Because I'll tell you, there's nothing more of a reward in the world than doing something and somebody else taking it and showing the world that how much you love it and how pretty it is. That makes all this worth every bit of it. YouTube doesn't pay me not one penny. YouTube has never paid me a penny for anything. I do this because I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys. It gives you something to watch. I don't even watch TV anymore. I watch all my buddies on YouTube. So there's so much crap on TV. So anyways, that's why I do the YouTube. I don't know, maybe one of these days when I hit 1,000 people, they'll send me a couple $100 here and there. Who knows? Who knows? It's just hard to keep track of. But anyways, I'm really going to go. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. And it's cold for a lot of us. A lot of us, we deep freeze all the way down to Texas and stuff. So just stay bundled up. I pray that your heat and everything's working in your home and that you're not having any problem. If you are, that somebody's going to come by and help you through that, because that is a hard thing to go through. So fortunately for us, everything's working. We got a wood stove, so even if the power goes out or whatever, we just keep throwing that wood in there and we warm as snug as a bug in a rug. So anyways, y'all be blessed. I'm out of here. I'll keep talking all night. I got to find the end button. There it is. See you later. Bye-bye.